Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk About Baku podcast. We're doing another Q&A for 10 or less minutes. Today I have a very interesting question. The typical one, of course, what is the cost of living in Baku city? Well, it depends on your preferences. For example, today, unlike many moons ago, $1,500 are no longer enough to maintain a lifestyle in Baku city. The cost of taxis are again comparably low, but recently as the prices for oil and taxi services have gone up by a new law and regulation by the government. Again, for the region itself, for locals, it's too much, because when you have been paying pennies for let's say a relatively close distance before, now you have to pay up to $2 to $3 per ride. Well, you're not going to be happy about it, but again, comparatively to other countries, it's extremely low still. So don't worry about getting around via taxi. We have multiple platforms like Uber, like Bolt, that you can use. Then local ones as well in English, it's available. The menu in English is available, and you will cut some costs. But then again, the level of service is changing. And we also have international labels or close by labels from Turkey, from Russia. So you have a variety of platforms where you can get yourself a ride. And then cost of living. If you prefer outdoor meals and you don't cook at home, I would prefer to have salary income, which varies between $2,500, $2,500 and $3,700. Okay, I'm not converting it to the local manat currency. If it's extremely outdoors and you do not prefer to cook at home, maximum that you will get is maybe instant coffee at home. But then if you cook inside, of course, 2,500, 3,000. Why I added 3,700 previously? 700 mostly as dollars. You can rent a good house, very clean, very new, very nice. Mostly local money. 1,200 gives you a lavish apartment. Local manats, 1,200, 1.2k local money, which converting is 980, I think, 980, and like a little bit before reaching $1,000 per month. Will give you a very lavish lifestyle. You can already choose a city center apartment, which is close to literally everything that you would ever want, within walking distance of 10 to 15 minutes or less. Again, depends on your luck. I would, however, keep myself away from getting an apartment extremely centered area, let's say Nizami Street or something. I would refrain from that. It's extremely loud, extremely hot in the summer, extremely cold in the winter. Then you have all sorts of events that are happening, so it's very easy to ruin your night sleep and your Saturdays and weekends if you live in a city center. Just because the government decided to change the lamps or something on the street, which is city center, they have to obtain a very nice look. The noise comes with it, so you will be distracted, you will be very unhappy, let's say. And sometimes you really need that beauty sleep. All right, so I have another question here. I selected from very interesting email that I got. It says about working environment, about expat environment. It's asking if how can expats basically entertain themselves? How do they find activities in Baku? And I was like, are you kidding me? So Baku has multiple platforms, including within the embassies. For example, I know for a fact that you can have you can click just Facebook events and choose Baku and choose the day that you're free, and you'll see a lot. Then there are specific bars and restaurants and even event halls that experts are gathering. To the activity sites, there are plenty, actually, really. There are plenty of activities you can be in. But as far as, for example, there was a specific question in the other email that I read about the book club. No, we don't have a book club. We have it as a hobby between 10 or less people, which know each other, somehow are related within some workspace or anything. But like a real book club where you actually go and participate and become a member and things like that, no. But we do have a very strong I'll say 2 labels that are selling books, 2 book houses, I would say. One of them is my particular favorite. The label is called Libraf, and sometimes they do these nights where the author itself comes and becomes this whole event, whether it be from Turkey or other country, which the book sold really well in Baku. Even English-speaking authors, they are invited, and they happily come and do the 1 or 2 days event with book signing. It does happen. And I was invited to multiple of them, not as an author, as, customer that buys a lot of books, participates in those events. The number is always there for confirmation of certain events here and there. So yeah, we have book signings as every other country has, but in terms of like a book club, I think it's untapped niche, so you're welcome to create it if you want, if you're living here. I would personally do it. I have been planning it for a year and a half now. Unfortunately, the particular person that I want to partner up with to do that is unavailable due to very hectic busy schedule, and she's extremely smart and extremely well tapped into this niche of booking and everything. But I do it as a passion project. I would do it as another experience that I really want to tap into, and I know that I'm going to do it well because I had relevant experience before on label launching and advertising and things like that. So my strong skill would complement this project, but again, maybe it's not the time, so I'm waiting for it to start maybe during Q1 of the first 3 months of 2025. All right, I think we also have a little more minutes for the third question. Another question is about what else in terms of activities, but in terms of activities of mind. Okay, there are lectures that are happening, and I'm a member of that society of PhDs and I would say very famous lecturers of my country. But again, they're mostly in 2 languages, local and Russian. To this day, I was never invited to English-speaking event. But then there was it's another side of a coin. So if you're particularly interested in B2B events, being, business discussions and being introduced to business owners, to directors, CEO level, C-level, we have that, and the events are mostly in English. We have networking events of local companies mingling with each other. We have networking event that specifically is targeting B2Bs between local companies and international companies, those that are invited by the embassies, from Germany, from States. We have that, and they're mostly in English, like I would say 99.9%. So that is something that you really can tap into. And then in terms of continuous festivals, we have already traditional festivals per local holiday, and of course Christmas is also a theme in Azerbaijan, although we don't, Christian part of the that, but